So before we start the video, I'd like to ask you guys to please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video, as it helps the channel grow. So, let's get into it. So, week 5 of the NFL season is coming up, and for the Chicago Bears, they will be taking on the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday. In this video, as always, I'm going to give y'all 3 keys to the game that I think the Bears should do to be able to win this game. So, without further ado, let's get into it. What's up, guys? KT here, back at it with another video. Today, we're doing the Bears. Bears looking to rebound from that embarrassing loss against the Giants when they take on the Minnesota Vikings. I think they're at home. This will be a tough matchup. These games are always good, and they're always a joy to watch. You know, I'm not a very big fan of the Vikings, but I can respect them. I can respect their talent, and their fan base is very loyal and sometimes can be cruel. But overall, I'm not a big fan of the Vikings, and it's always a pleasure to beat them. So, let's just get started with the video. Obviously, the first key, I always start the Vikings videos off with this. Dalvin Cook is your main concern. Number one, stopping Dalvin Cook is your main concern. You know, Dalvin Cook has always, been a very good back. He's a top 5 back in the league. Very good at running the ball. Just as good as receiving the ball. And the only thing that's ever been in question with him is his health. You know, he's always had the extreme talent to be the best back in the league. But his health has always been a big problem. But overall, it's still, the Vikings offense still runs through Dalvin Cook. They have Justin Jefferson. They have Adam Thielen. Kirk Cousins is still back there. But this offense still runs through Dalvin Cook. As of recently, the Bears have gotten the better of Cook. I've always felt like they've held him in check. When we do lose, it's because they haven't really been really good against the run. And last year was a big shower of that, because we did not beat the Vikings last year. Mainly the big issues was because we couldn't contain Dalvin Cook as well as they would like to. But overall, the Bears have always done a really good job of containing Dalvin Cook. And that's always a big key, because if you stop Dalvin Cook, more times than not, you're going to have a better chance of beating the Vikings. You cannot let Dalvin Cook just run all over you. And for the Bears, I'll be honest, this Bears defense, as young as they are, is still kind of unacceptable for them to be so bad against the run. And it's not going to be an easy task, because last game, they gave up 140 yards to Saquon Barkley. And that wasn't even near the offensive line that the Vikings have. So just imagine if the Bears linebackers do not tackle, or the front 7 or the front 4 don't get penetration in the backfield, that will be a disaster for the Bears. So I think the main thing is stopping Dalvin Cook early. Don't let him break too many tackles or get into the open field. Don't keep relying on your secondary to make those game-saving tackles, because more times than not, against elite backs like that, they're probably not going to. So stopping Dalvin Cook early in the backfield, and our linebackers playing well and finally, tackling for once, will be a big key in this game. Point number 2, stopping Justin Jefferson is another big key. Justin Jefferson is the Vikings receiving game. They still do have Adam Thielen, but, Adam Thielen works off of who? Justin Jefferson. Every team is going to game plan for him. He's the guy that everybody fears on that Vikings offense or receiving game. And, the receiving game works off him. If he has a good game, the majority of the time, the other Vikings receivers are going to have a good game. And as of recently, I don't know the matchup history between him and Jalen Johnson, but that won't seem to matter, because Jalen Johnson is dealing with a quad, and it's going to be very, very difficult to stop Justin Jefferson without Jalen Johnson back there. My main thing is whoever is matched up with Justin Jefferson, whether that be Kindle Vildor or the rookie Kyler Gordon, who I think is the better option, just because of he's a little bit bigger than Kindle Vildor. Whoever is matched up with Justin Jefferson will need help. And I think, playing 2 high safeties will be a key for this game, because you cannot let Justin Jefferson just run all over you. And I have very little faith that a rookie corner, if he's forced into that situation, is going to be able to stop one of the top 5 receivers in the league. That's just my thoughts. Whoever is guarding Justin Jefferson will need a lot of help. So, stopping him. If the Bears can at least hold him somewhat in check, they'll have a better chance of winning this game. So hopefully they'll do that. But I don't have too much faith in that. But we'll see. So keep a safety back there, and whoever's matched up with him, they're just gonna have to bear down and do their job to the best of their ability. Point number 3. This is also key. The Bears' play calling must not and it cannot be conservative this game. You can get away with it against the 49ers. You can get away with it against, the Texans. You can't get away with it with teams like the Vikings, the Packers, or even the Giants as of recently. Conservative play calling will get you nowhere. Last week, the Bears had 3 separate chances to put the ball in the end zone while they were in the red zone, and they did not do it. Why? Because Luke Getsy, in particular, has been calling very, very conservative games. At first I thought it was just because Fields wasn't playing well, or maybe he didn't want to push him too hard, or maybe he's still working at the kinks in his offense. But now it's week 5, and we're still seeing the same, type of play calls in the red zone, the runs on 2nd down and 6, the runs on 3rd down and 2, in the red zone. You can't have that against a Vikings defense that features Harrison Smith in that secondary and Danielle Hunter on that defensive line. The Bears, bottom line period, the Bears are going to have to put up points in this game if they have any chance of winning. They're going to have to let Justin Fields play. Period. They're going to have to be aggressive and let Justin Fields play, whether that be in the red zone or anywhere on the field, because right now the plays that they're calling is not working. The receivers are getting no separation, and part of that is because, they're kind of limited, but part of that is, the conservative play calling. The routes that they're running it's not getting open, and that's making Fields' job harder, and it's making this offensive job harder to put the ball in the end zone. So, the conservative play calling is going to get you nowhere. Be aggressive. Be smart with your aggression, but be aggressive, especially in the red zone, because you're going to have to put up points. Work off your run game. The Bears are never going to be a passing pro team, but they do have a very good run game. Get your run game working and feed off that to be able to get your passing game working, and call those more aggressive plays. Let Justin Fields use his arm. Let him throw it downfield. Let him make those throws to Darnell Mooney. Let him make those end zone throws to Cole Kmet. At some point in time, the shackles are going to have to come off, and hopefully they come off sooner or later. But I haven't been pleased with the play calling as of recently. They're going to have to be aggressive this game if they have any chance of winning, because the Vikings are going to come and put up points. Seriously. They're going to come and put up points because they're that good. They have so much talent on offense that they're going to put up points regardless of how good your defense is. So to counteract that, you're just going to have to you're going to have to score as many points as you can. You're going to have to blitz them. Your first few possessions, you're going to have to at least score at least 2 touchdowns. And part of that is you're going to have to call more aggressive plays. So, with all that being said, personally, I don't think this game will go very well for the Bears. They're 2-2 right now. They'll be 2-3 after this game. I got the Vikings winning 31-17. I hate to say that, but as of recently, the Bears' offensive play calling, especially in the red zone, has not been good or good enough to score any points. And, our defense has been on the field way too much. We haven't been scoring near enough points to keep a lead. And against the Vikings, against a very talented team like the Vikings, that will cost you. And especially with injuries to our secondary, this game will show that the Bears still have ways to go. And, they're going to have areas where they need to improve. But it's also going to be the game that shows that, are they going to be able to put the ball in the red zone or in the end zone? Are they going to be able to work off their run game? Are they going to let Justin Fields play? And, with a limited offensive staff and, the conservative play calling that we've seen, I just don't think they can do that. That's why I have the Vikings winning 31-17. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section, as I will be reading them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscriing to the channel and liking the videos. It helps the channel grow. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I drop one of these Bears videos. Follow me on social media as I will be tweeting live during the game. And bear down. I'm out. Peace.